And so people are advising him, don't do it, don't do it, you know. Now, he's happy. He talks about how he loves the fact that she don't know nothing. How 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 he feels. He's the master teacher, and or he can groom her into whatever she wants him to be, her to be, and it makes sense. And part of the way, Mia's cut from the same cloth because she is someone who I am grooming her and to be the kind of woman I want. But she has some she has me as me. We're not gonna get to her. But anyway, so he's very happy that he has this this Filipina who is like dealing with an 8-year-old all day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's like sometimes when you can get a Filipina, from that level of life, because a lot of them don't go past the 6th grade or something like this as far as education. And if they're on a mountain, they're probably not going to school at all. I met her, and I didn't have a conversation with her to know the level of English she knew, but she knew hello and goodbye, which is all you need, hello and goodbye. So I'm very happy for him. For in that moment, he was just in hog heaven. I mean, he loved his little Filipino girl. He's so proud of his little Filipino girl and can't wait to take his little Filipino girl to the United States. And, boy, all I can say is, you know what I'm saying? You don't know because, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. I have another friend, matter of fact, Stash, who is the most famous most famous musician you never heard of. He went back to the States because he got very much in demand from his music. So, and I think he kind of wanted to get back, into the mainstream of the entertainment business, which is a good thing. And he took his daughter with him. His daughter, I don't know how old she was. Maybe she was like 14, 15, something like that. She's in that age, right? She's a teenager. And so he took her to the States, and she texted mother and said, "Mom, watch this. Alexia, turn off the lights." So she was so in awe of the United States that I asked her, "She gonna come back?" She's no. Her mother said she's never coming back. So and she's waiting to go herself. In herself, it's not going. So that's good. But the point of the matter is that when you take someone to the United States, be prepared. If you don't think she's going to meet other Filipinos, other Filipinas, and who are going to school her, on the ways of the United States that might not be in his favor. You know what I'm saying? He might not, think about this because why should he? It's not something that at this level of the game he doesn't know that that she could turn on him or she become culturally educated to know enough that she has the upper hand on him. And time again, where a woman would just call the police and say, he hit me, and then file an assault charge on him, and next you know, whatever he had, whatever house he had, he's now living in a car because he has to leave the home. I mean, she does not know the power that she's going to have when she gets to the United States. You know, and you know, um, you know, I don't wish him ill or anything like that, but my suggestion would be, just pump your brakes. Why don't you fully get to know who she is by living in her country, living in her world. You know, um, the guy who's standing on the corner, who he said that this is her brother. And of course, my mind automatically flashes back to the other foreigner who I knew, who had a girlfriend, and he had a girlfriend who wouldn't do nothing at home. She wouldn't wash the dishes. She wouldn't wash the clothes. She wouldn't talk to him. Sex was, too painful for her, so she didn't do it. Although she was pregnant, she just sat on the bed, with the cell phone, looking at TV. So, and she would go back home to where she's from, I don't know, Manila or somewhere, and then she would come back in a couple of weeks and do the same thing over again, whatever. And she would bring her mother, and her mother would, she wanted to leave, she wanted to go, and she was telling, no, stay, stay. He's rich. Now this guy was rich. This guy came up with some type of watering filter device that he patented that he's still making money on to this day. So anyway, she wanted to go, and her mother said, "No, no, little girl, stay, stay. You're stupid. Look what you have. Look what you got. Can't you see?" Beyond that, my belief is that she had probably had a boyfriend in where she was from, and he was wanting her to come back. But anyway, she ended up having twins, and there was some concern about the baby being his. And when they came out, I said, "Oh yeah, they his." They look just like his dumbass. Oh my God! Oh, I feel sorry for those two little girls. But anyway, she left, and then no problem. Next, called this next girl to come in. Now this other girl was on the wild side. I mean, she was. She was. In fact, I'll put the little short video in here of her. Matter of fact, I'll put it right here. That's her getting down. Okay, that's enough. I hope it's over with. So anyway, she was she was very versed in the ways of the world as far as dealing with foreigners. So anyway, she was going to school. He bought her a scooter within the first week of meeting him. Taught her how to drive it because she didn't know how to drive it at all. She was in the parking lot, almost falling down and stuff like this. But she got the hang of driving the scooter real fast. So anyway, so she would go to school in the morning, like about 6 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and come back like about 11 at night. Now, she would be in school all day, and he would ask her, what were you doing? And she would say, oh, I was at the library, like this, whatever. So finally, she asked, can my brother come stay with us? And she said, yeah, it's okay. So now, it's funny, he's in one of these apartments that you can sit here on the steps and you can see the laundry room and you can see the kitchen. And there's a wall that's dividing the both of them. And you can see how the two of them were interacting in the kitchen, how they were laughing, giggling, kissing and smooching. I'm saying, that's not your brother, darling. That is not your brother. So anyway, he was giving her money, hey, like this or whatever. So I forgot how the whole thing blew up, but he found out that was not her brother; it was her boyfriend, and so that was the end of that relationship. Now, the reason why I'm telling you that story because in this story, the present day story I'm telling you about, the guy who was off to the side, he just stood to the side, and the foreigner was happy. He's going to take him to forest camp. He's going to take him to City Hall. Going to take him to Apple Island, and he's doing a whole tourist thing. First time in Philly, he's doing a whole tourist thing within a matter of a couple of weeks. Taking them everywhere. Things that they never seen before, or even thought that they would never see before. So he's showing them the time of their life. So the guy is like this, he's driving a scooter and he's driving her on the other scooter like this, and I'm thinking, really, you're married now and you need a chaperone still? I said, that's really your brother? I mean, this is how my mind is thinking. It's unfortunate, but I've seen that before. I don't wish ill on him. I wish him nothing but man love. In fact, we've invited him over our house to eat and all this stuff like this and what have you. And we'll see what happens. See if he takes me up on my offer or not. But anyway, You know, you know, we'll see what happens. There's some people. I asked him if he wanted to come on my video. He said no, not right now. So I said okay, cool. So, but it leads me to believe a year from now, 2 years from now, I like to bump into him again and him tell me about what has happened in his life with his, you know, with his wife. You know, mail order brides have been around for a long, long time. In fact, back in the day, that's how a lot of loggers up in the Pacific Northwest and in the Midwest would get wives. They would write to agencies. Yes, they had agencies back in those days that they wrote looking for a bride and trying to find women to marry them. In fact, if you watch F Troop, where Larry Storch and Ken, whatever the name, Ken Berry, and what's the other guy's name? Forrest. If you watch it, they had an episode where they all got married brides. Meeting someone and finding someone by mail or by email or by dating apps. It's been around for a long time. It's just the method has changed. But you know. I told them, I always tell them when they say they meet a girl online like this and they're still with them. I said, look, I can't do it. I can't do it. There's too much that you need to know about someone, before you make a commitment to even meet with them, know them, see them, kiss them, hold them, or whatever, or before you jump the broom with them, because there's just too much to know, and you can't possibly know that, just by messaging someone, But anyway, be that as it may, I wish him the best, in fact, he told me, oh, excuse me, it cracked me up. He said, oh, you one of the passport bros. I said, passport bros? I almost felt insulted. That's like Generation Z or Generation X or whatever. I said, no, man, I'm a double OG. Yeah. Look in the dictionary and don't you see my face? I said, there's a difference between passport bros. And I never really watched enough of the passport bros video to even know, what it is they do other than, catching a clip of them and say, oh, look, I can't watch this. But I said, no, I'm not a passport bro. I'm a double OG. So with that being said, I got a little something I'm gonna throw in here for you. This happened yesterday. I talked about fishing. Well, I don't want to say too much about it, and I'm going to let you see. Okay, so thank you for popping in. This is Gerard Black of the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge of life is to live good. Living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, former lead singer of the Temptation once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And remember, I'll always love you more. And I told a white dude, I said, look, do you know what the secret of having a good relationship with a Filipina? He said, what? I said, you both have to know your part and what you bring to the table. She's not bringing anything but herself. So your job is to feed her, take care of her, make sure she wants for nothing. If she had kids, make sure they want for nothing. Make her happy and just give her what she wants. I mean, because what she wants is not going to be that much. It's not like she's going to want, I want a new Mercedes. It's not like that, and just provide a dwelling, few amenities, and she's happy. She's happy. And you know what you want, my man? He says, what? You want a woman that will never say no to you. Whenever you want it, where you want it, how you want it, Never say no. And then, of course, I told him, if you got a Filipino girl, if you're not having sex with her every day or every other day, no 3 days should pass without tapping that ass. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. May you live to be 100 and me 100 a day. So I'll never know that nice people of you have gone away. And hey, love you like a love song.